Welcome to the Iferia TechCast, where we bring you all things science, engineering, technology, and innovation. Today, we are joined by Sebastian Fenelon, a founder building at the intersection of AI, privacy, and global opportunity. He's the mind behind IntraOS, a privacy-first operating system for AI that runs locally on your device, and several other platforms aimed at empowering communities. Born in Haiti and now a tech entrepreneur, his journey is a powerful story of resilience and purpose-driven innovation. In this episode, we'll explore why he believes the future of AI is local and not in the cloud, and how his faith shapes the way he builds technology. So, Sebastian, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ezekiel, for having me. It's truly a pleasure. And I'm so happy to share my expertise, my passion, and my mission.
Wonderful. I'm excited to have you here today. Sebastian, your journey from running a design business in Haiti at 14 to building privacy-first AI operating systems is incredible, in my opinion. So, what's the common thread that connects that early entrepreneurial spirit to the complex technical problems you are solving today?
It's essentially very easily to understand. It's very, the simplest thing is I build from my environment, from the things that is needed, and from someone who grew up in Haiti. I was able to understand the power and the opportunity of building things early and being around a community that builds. Although in Haiti, it's very limited to have access to technology, it's very limited to access to equipment, it's very limited to have access to knowledge. But fortunately, I was able to be around the right group of people. I was able to be around the right mindset and have the right mindset very early of self-thought, right? I've built many things, but the skill came first from teaching myself early, teaching myself, pushing myself to be able to build things, to be able to connect with others that have the same mindset. And that's what I was able to do in Haiti. I built my first technical project, which is a browser, when I was very young. And that came from searching YouTube videos, staying in late up night, waiting for the electricity to come on, uh, waiting under, behind a wall, next to someone's house to find, internet in order for you to test those small products. It's truly amazing what you can do with resilience. And I think resilience is what connects to my current project right now in New York and building AI operating system around privacy. And that also is a very big uh, need of resilience because it's one of the topic that's like the least um, talked about, and I think it's also one of the topic that's needed in the AI world. I think AI needs to be uh, connected to trust, and that's why I recommend to bring the privacy structure around AI and to connect that with trust as well.
All right, that's indeed an inspiring journey, Sebastian. So let's talk about your AI operating system that you are building, IntraOS, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like you to, tell us about IntraOS and what it's about, the gap you are feeling, the problem you are trying to solve, and how is it any different from other operating systems we have today?
All right. Thank you so much for the question. Great question as well. But let's start with where the idea comes from. As I'm a full stack software developer, and I've been building platform for many years now. And one of the main platform I was building was around health tech. I was building some very powerful platform in order to take user data and to give them some powerful feedback and create tasks for them in order for them to rely less on going to the doctor, but to find some kind of like tasks for them to schedule a doctor appointment for them, or giving them some feedback around some, basic uh, um, data that we have around them. And one of the biggest power that I found from this platform, one of the most important thing in using user data is their privacy. And not just the privacy, is how we are using the data that we're getting from the user and how much output are we giving them by using their data. In the AI world today, it's, there is only one or two ways to give someone some AI implementation. And how we do it by sharing that data to a cloud, sharing a prompt, and getting a response from that prompt. And to do that, we have to share that sensitive data of the user to this AI model. For us, we believe that in a world that uh, we want to have trust and privacy, and want to make sure that any application, any software, any platform that we want to use their data, or user data should be compliant and should make sure that the specific user data doesn't need to be shared to a AI cloud where that data is going to be utilized against them, or that the data is going to be utilized to create training around them. And that's where IntraOS came, right? IntraOS is the operating system built around privacy. So we have multiple privacy layers around healthcare for HIPAA regulations. We have around fintech. We have PII regulations as well. That creates a whole different type of layers that where sensitive data such as email, phone number, date of birth, social security number. We have sensitive data as well. That's even outside of outside of the common knowledge, which is API key or domain, or even data that connected to an image, right? So we make sure that whenever we are sharing that data to a cloud or to an AI platform, those sensitive data is limited and is encrypted before lending to the AI model. So what we do is we take that prompt, we deconstruct it, we deconstruct the token. Our token essentially is pieces of the prompt that we share to the LLM or to the model itself. So we get inside of the token, we take that sensitive data, we sanitize it, and we share it with the LLM. The LLM, therefore, does not have access to that sensitive data, but still is able to utilize the information in the prompt to give us some powerful response, the same powerful response that we're already getting from them without utilizing our data, right? Once we're getting that response, we make sure also that we can reintegrate the sensitive data or some data that's needed to give the proper output depending on the output that we're looking for, right? One of the example, if I may, is we have worked with a platform able to enhance career for people looking for opportunities and jobs and so on. In that platform, there's a resume builder or resume enhancer. We have now been able to allow users to share their resume, a PDF format, to an LLM or to the platform. That platform takes every single text data, sends that to the LLM. And because of our operating system or around privacy, we make sure that their email and their phone number is encrypted before getting to the LLM, right? Before the model even able to access it. In that way, we create this many layers of privacy and compliance and regulations that this company itself is already compliant by default without really pushing even later to make sure that that company is compliant, right? Right under IntraOS operating system, they become compliant because they know and they can also share how they use that data. What we get back, the LLM response comes back with some tokenized information from the email and the phone number. Before we share that PDF to the user, we make sure that we can reintegrate that sensitive data inside of that PDF resume. So when they get that PDF resume, they see their name, they see their email, and they see their phone number, right? Without sharing that sensitive data to the cloud and to the AI model.
Fantastic. So, Sebastian, you are working with SLMs and LLMs on the edge. So, from an engineering standpoint, what are the unique challenges in fine-tuning and optimizing these models to run effectively on local devices with limited resources compared to the cloud?
Definitely. And that's where our main resilience come from, it's quite hard. It's quite difficult to do that in order for us to implement language models inside of devices. But we believe that that is the best way to go about it. That is the best way to architect around AI implementation. Why? Because it is the fastest. Because once that data or once that model is inside of a device, it's already local. So it doesn't have access to any cloud and it stays on that device itself, right? So there's no internet call that's made or there's no AI cloud call that's made. So that model, intelligent model, is within the laptop. So when you make that call, only that model gets access to that information and you get a response as fast as possible because that model is also localized, right? So once your CPU or GPU has access as the perfect match of that model, you get a faster response. And again, the cost is zero because you don't have access any AI cloud that charges you for each token. You do not pay for any local model because it's just responsive, right? It's just an intelligent tool as it becomes an intelligent model that's local, that's responsive, and the cost becomes essentially zero. One more thing, right? Why resilience and why is it so difficult and why other people have not done it before? Because it's hard. And the way SLMs are and the way LMs are, they are heavy. They are tens and dozens and hundreds of gigabytes. In order for us to integrate that inside of a device, it's quite difficult and it's quite hard. And that's why we believe in our research team and we believe in our testing team where that have been able to test many SLMs, test many LLMs around our operating system. And we have found a way to make it work. We have found a way to deconstruct these SLMs and create some kind of structure for them to work the specific way we want them to work, kind of like quantize them, shrink them, get them smaller, and get them accessible to be in any device under 2 GB or less. And matching that to the CPU or the GPU of that device, that allows us to get responses as fast as a millisecond or 10 millisecond, which is amazing. And when we have been able to make that happen, it truly was a miracle. And right now, I go through the train from Long Island to New York City on the tunnel, no connection, and I can access my AI, ask questions, get feedback, or even plan my day offline, which is incredible.
Okay, that's interesting. So, building an entire operating system is in my opinion, a monumental task. So, what was a key technical build lesson or a significant failure in the early days of IntraOS that fundamentally shaped the system you have today?
Because we built on resilience, because we built because we build from research, and I think these are the two biggest power of our team and of our company. Research is reality, is what is the current and what is the past, and understanding what other people have done, and understanding what people are currently doing in order for them to create this technology. And for us, we utilize that data, we utilize those concepts, and use our resilience to test many different SLMs, test in many devices, test in many different operating systems in order for us to get the proper structure that works for us. We believe that there is always something possible and plausible that works. We just have to test it. And we find a structure where we can test things 10 times faster and find and be successful even 10 times faster. Right? What we do is we do a very deep research on a list of SLMs. We deconstruct them. We figure out how they're trained, how they're built, and around what they're built. If it's documentation, if it's mathematics, if it's communication, we integrate these small species or these species inside of old LLMs in order for them to interact to each other, and then we create the operating system that make them work around privacy around them, and that's really one of the ways that we have made them work. But again, each one of these components have to be perfect, have to fit perfectly the other uh, ecosystem. And it creates a very complex, a risky system. But once these connect properly and that structure works well for privacy and for processing, and that's also connect with the chip, with the RAM space of that specific device. And that's again one of the most powerful thing. One of the most biggest headache for us is not being able to really be able to metalize and change the processing system on a device. Maybe in the future we'll be able to do that, but at the moment we only have to work with the current processing uh, space or processing component of the device is already pre-built. So that's why it's very difficult.
Okay, that was insightful. So tell us, Sebastian, why do you think privacy is a new competitive advantage for startup and enterprises in the AI era?
The main thing is us as society, we want to ask for more. And here's why. AI is so huge. AI is everywhere. AI is in everything. AI will become our uh, day-to-day assistant, our the component that will be between each human being to another, right? So it will be around us. It will be with us on a daily basis. And because of that, society itself or people itself are asking for more, right? We're asking not just for technology, not just for intelligence, we're asking for trust. And that topic is already being raised. We're not just raising it inside of IntraOS. That topic is already being raised in Europe with, as we know, we have the EU AI Act, which has been passed, making sure that there is a lot more regulations around privacy and AI implementation, but also in terms of the way the users responding to AI platforms and AI companies in the European market, right? And it's been a very, very difficult approach compared to companies entering the US market. The society itself, they're just asking for trust and they're asking for transparency and connecting to transparency. And that's why we have built our enterprise control plane. The enterprise control plane is a platform from IntraOS that gives enterprises, developers, and organizations access to each prompt call that are made within their platform. For example, once they're integrated within the IntraOS operating system, they have access to this dashboard, allowing them to see each call, to see each prompt, how each prompt to use, and creating a full audit so they can be compliant, so they can share to their regulators and investors as well. And really, that opens up the space for transparency, and that's for me is the most powerful thing for trust in the AI market.
Okay, what role does Edge AI play in keeping sensitive data local and secure? I know you said something about this earlier, but I'd like you to just elaborate on this.
The advantage of Edge AI, if I may answer this question, essentially is being able to do many things all at once, being able to decentralize the AI market by giving users access or platform or enterprise access to have their own decentralized AI models. SLMs is very powerful because it gives you a much more faster, detailed, and extensive responsive and output. Because we have very, very powerful AI
Sebastian, I
models that
think I
are
lost you there.
among
Can
us,
you
and
hear me?
they give you very, very broad responses, and they do very, very broad tasks, right? Once we build SLMs that are detailed to do specific tasks, therefore, Edge AI are able to be a lot more powerful by doing tasks 10 times more efficient compared to an LLM.
Okay, so Sebastian, you mentioned building with a faith-driven value-first lens. So how does that principle actually manifest in your technical decisions or your company's culture? So does it influence what you choose not to be?
Yes, thank you for the question. I build and I lead in faith. What I mean by that is I have my own values and I have my own ways of seeing the world. because of the foundation that I have within the faith of God. And it's not really deep in very deep into the Bible itself or a specific religion. But what I mean by that is that value is rooted into knowledge. It's rooted into into the truth. Is rooted into enlightenment. Faith for me is having faith in the values that we have, which is understanding, empowering, loving, respecting, and that will add really our powerful, resilient system and resilient team that we have. And leading with faith and is leading with love, and leading with faith and is leading with hope. Leading with faith is leading with someone who wants the better in this world. Someone was building for the better in this world. And that's the faith what we have is the faith in people, and that's why we build for people. And we believe that privacy also enhance the value of AI for people and around people. And that's where my faith, my idea of faith, of faithful leader or leading in faith and building in faith comes from.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, looking at the next 5 years, what is a current limitation of edge AI that you are most excited about overcoming, and how will that change what's possible for businesses and individuals?
Definitely. I think Edge AI will enhance our life in tremendous ways. Edge AI will give access to a million times more opportunities in different sectors. We will be able to have edge AI in agriculture, and in specific sectors of agriculture. We'll be able to make sure that we have less waste, or make sure that we can grow food in many other spaces. We make sure we can grow food faster, or we make sure we can build products around knowledge, information, and analytics. Then again, in defense, I think it's one of the most it's going to be one of the most utilized edge AI as well. No matter how we build products around defense, and how we essentially build infrastructure around defense with edge AI as well, with edge devices. In healthcare, which is one of the biggest sector right now that's booming, it's healthcare, uh, it's health tech. Edge AI will be the next version of health tech or health products, right? And health system will be implemented because of Edge AI by allowing products to have intelligence to amplify the work of every single person working in the healthcare industry, not just in analytics, not just in operation, but in every single aspect of it by making it more detailed, more intelligent, and safer for the world.
Yeah, Sebastian, you are building multiple ventures at once. So, what's your framework for managing your focus and energy across such different but technically demanding projects?
Is passion. As you said, I'm building IntraOS, which is the core fundament, it's the foundation of who I am and what I'm building. And is it the main entity and main startup that I'm running right now? But I'm also running eStrategy, which is going to be e-learning platform for the Caribbean, allowing access to diaspora or people of knowledge to share their expertise, where in a platform that allows people that wants to learn and giving them offline access to those content as well, and creating a fully empowering platform that understands their users, and that also is built with resilience, also is built with the idea of using intelligence and AI and software for the better of the world. And that's also what pushes and creates my passion as well too.
All right. So, in your work, bridging deep technical architecture with a mission of empowerment and privacy, what does the word innovation truly means?
One of my key models is, and that's really the sentence that I say when people want me to describe myself. And what I say is, I turn my bold and sometimes crazy ideas into real world solutions. And innovation has to come from research for to in order to bring solutions to the world. And the world isn't perfect, as much as we already know. Innovation comes from that imperfection, for good, for a world that's better tomorrow. And innovation has to come around solution. Innovation has to come around a need. Innovation has to be cool, fun, exciting, but also has to it deliver a solution for a problem. And that's what I believe innovation is. And innovation is filling a need where people are able to enjoy from.
All right, that's a really interesting, way to see the meaning of the word innovation. So finally, Sebastian, for our listeners who are engineers, developers, or tech leaders inspired by your vision, so what's the best place for them to go learn more, see a demo of IntraOS, and potentially get involved?
Definitely. And we really want people to be involved in this, not just as people that want to have access to our platform and to our products, but people who want to raise the topic of privacy and AI. I welcome you to join us, intraos.com, intraos.com. And please go feel free to look at what we're building, look at what we're doing. There's a form on the bottom. Please fill it out. If you want to be a partner, if you want to know more, if you want to be a client and become compliant, please, we're looking for you, and we're looking for partners and people who want to build a privacy AI world.
Great. So it's been a really insightful and interesting conversation with you, Sebastian, and I'm excited to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ezekiel. It's been amazing. Thank you for your amazing questions. And I look forward to do this again very soon.